Hello. You can't see my game. Oh. Alright. Let me know if that's okay. Can you hear? Can you see? There's some stuff on the screen now. Why is it so small? Oh no, it's supposed to be that way. Okay. Hi, Avery. Can I get an audio check, please? What game is this? It's called No Case Should Remain Unsolved. Welcome in, Kimono. So, Gray and I had to reschedule our collab today because they are currently... It's stormy over where they are, so the power is not stable. So we're rescheduling that to Saturday, and I was like, I need a game to play, or something. And I found this in my Steam library, and I was like, ooh, let's play this, because apparently it's pretty short. Audio sounds good, I think? Alright, perfect. My model is like freaking out, hold on. Why are you freaking out, Tiny Grim? There we go. Okay. Okay, language, just making sure. Yes, English, please. Alright. Back. Alright, let's see. I'm going into this completely blind, by the way, so... I realized I was a jellyfish. I spent the past 70 years simply drifting through life with no heading in particular. Blindly stinging everyone I encountered. Can you see it too? The people I tried to embrace, I only ended up hurting. Jellyfish, yay! Avery's favorite. Everywhere I went, I left nothing but ruin. So that's it. That's what I am. A jellyfish floating across the sea. I don't even remember why I once became a police detective. Look over there at that family, weeping for their lost child. Jellyfish. The pixel graphics go crazy. Like, this jellyfish silhouette, insane. Have I ever done anything to wipe away their tears? A police station is a crucible of pain and grief. So why did I choose to enter that institution? Why did I think I could somehow offer people solace and hope? Maybe I was simply being selfish. Maybe I became a detective just so I could belong somewhere. Someone gets SpongeBob, we're going jellyfishing? Catch the jellyfish. But yeah, how are you guys? Hope everybody's doing well. I should stop now. I should stop wandering with nothing but regrets on my lips. That's it then. The first good thing I'll ever have done for anyone. Everyone, I'm sorry for everything. Madam! Madam! Miss Chungyong! Alright, cool. Who are you? Someone's ghost. Oh my gosh, hi. Remember that little girl? Choi-Sewon? Choi-Sewon. Sewon? The girl who went missing? Is it a KR game? I think so. The characters are, at least. That's right, ma'am. Do you know what happened to that girl you brought back? Thanks to you, her family found peace. Do their lives look ruined to you? The doctor says my mind is like an old library without an index. I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you are. I see you're in uniform, so you couldn't be someone's ghost. From the way you bring up my forgotten failure, I can only assume you're here to deliver judgment. The adjudicator. Ma'am, I'm not here to judge you. I only want to tell you about the life you lived. Your Honor, you already know what happened. I never brought Sewon home. The case ended the way her father, Choi-Dong wanted. She disappeared forever, completely out of her mother's reach. Leave the case unsolved. We can't do that, sir. Hashtag playground, hashtag unsolved case. Choi-Dong, Sewon's father. You mean you've already filed a missing persons case? Someone's officially registered as a missing person, then. Then please, that's good enough. Detective. I'm begging you. Please don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Let her just live life somewhere. Just say that she went out to the playground like she always did and vanished. That's all. A perfect crime with no witnesses, no suspects. So please, please leave this case unsolved. I'll do anything. Please. I beg of you. So that's how you remember it. This was the last case I took before I resigned from the missing persons team. See how relieved I looked after what Tre Donggon said? That man knew. If we wanted to close the case and move on, we needed a good excuse. That my refusal was only customary, a front to cover up my cowardice. Ma'am, history is that certainty produced... Huh? What? Hold on. History is that certainty produced at the point where the imperfections of memory meet the inadequacies of documentation. What do you mean? It means you just don't get it. Can you remember the beginning and the end of the case? Let me help you weave together the threads connecting the start to the finish. I think Sewon's mother called me to report the girl missing. Yes, I remember now. She said Sewon disappeared from the playground. Calm down, ma'am. Who am I speaking to again? Hashtag playground, hashtag doorbell. Sewon's mother. Detective Chun Gyung, yes? Do you remember me? You came to check on Sewon the other day. I asked you not to ring the doorbell. Please tell me you remember. Detective, I'm scared. Please hurry. She's gone. Sewon is gone. She was just at the playground. When did you last see her at the playground? Hashtag time, hashtag gone alone. Exactly 3:33 in the afternoon. Detective, she disappeared 3 hours ago. We've looked everywhere. We've looked everywhere a 7-year-old girl could have gone alone. What do we do now? I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to mind. You're turning yourself in. Hashtag playground, hashtag surrender. Ex-English teacher. Yes, I would like to surrender to the police. I'm responsible. A little girl went missing from the playground, didn't she? 3 days ago? She was with me. I took her away. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I did it because I needed the money. Sorry. What do you mean it's all your responsibility? Hashtag death. Detective, the truth is, she's dead. Sewon is dead. She's been dead all this time. Oh? Your Honor, that's all I remember about the case. Now I understand why you've come to me here at the final crossroads, why you want me to remember the beginning and the end. You're the gatekeeper of time and space. Janice. I'd put it completely out of my mind. Was I trying to forget those memories because I felt guilty? The man who took her turned himself in, but I pretended it never happened. And the girl, she was already dead. I pretended not to know. Sorry. Someone like me doesn't deserve peace. Ma'am, it's all right. Don't be afraid. I don't care what you want to call me, but you have to know that this isn't the end of the road. You're not bound for hell or purgatory. Now think back. Someone disappeared from the playground, right? Try to recall everything you can about the location. I can see more fragments now. See them. They're so faint, like scars faded with age. No, you're doing great. Once you've brought up the fragments, try connecting them together. Build a chain of recollections. Even a dried out ravine can be a river again when the waters return. Hashtag playground. Gosh. It's alright. Again, was there anything unusual about someone's activities today? Hashtag kindergarten, hashtag playground, hashtag stationery store, hashtag candy. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it, okay? Hashtag playground. Did you see any suspicious individuals when you went to pick up Sewon or anything out of the ordinary? Gone alone, phone call, and playground. No, it was all business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays, and we go to the playground on weekends as a family. Do 7-year-olds go to kindergarten? I feel like that should be first grade, no? We have 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. Normally, we alternate between them. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible, so Haejung has to take the kids on their own. Wait, recently they've only been going to that one playground. Haejung said the kids asked to go there. Today too. If only they'd gone to the other playground. On the way back, they sometimes drop by the stationery store near the complex entrance. The place is called Apollo. Someone loves getting candy there. See if you can remember someone you didn't usually see at the playground. I heard you were all together there. I mean, maybe it's Korean age. Is 6 kinder age? Maybe? I guess. Yeah, that might make sense if it's Korean age. So why are my model's eyes so big? What is going on? Why? Okay. Okay. Sewon, your mother and you two know. Yeah. We were all together. Okay. It's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure Sewon would be at the playground, but when I got there I didn't see her. So I assumed my daughter took her along. Then my daughter came downstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, oh no. Detective, I think you might be making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know if my daughter told you, but Sewon goes alone to places all the time. My daughter worries easily, but mark my words, the girl always wanders back in time for dinner. Please don't worry about it. I'll have a stern word with my daughter. Honestly, I can't believe she's gone and called you. Think back to the testimonies about the playground. Who do you think those people were? People. These testimonies were all from one person. Weren't they? Ma'am, life is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Jigsaw puzzle master. Oh. Change speaker. Order. Oh my gosh. Your memories are scrambled and misaligned, but each fragment, each moment, connects with another. Look at the connections closely and you'll figure out where the pieces belong. Who said these things and in what order? Then what? What does that change? Who knows? Maybe if you connect enough pieces, you might discover a key. A key that unlocks the face of the person putting the puzzle back together. Oh gosh, okay. Kindergarten. Can you tell me anything about Sewon's life at kindergarten? Kindergarten crying and phone call. About the kindergarten teacher's testimony. I've already explained everything to the other officers on the phone, Detective. Is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight in the middle of a condo complex? I heard her mother and brother were with her. They didn't see anything. I don't know if this will help, but well, you asked me to tell you anything, so I guess I will. Sewon is always optimistic and cheerful. She started at Eden last year, and I was surprised that she never shied away from any of us teachers. At first, I just took her for a friendly child. Then I realized that her brother came to pick her up instead of her mother, but she never asked where her mother was. No. Not that that's a problem. Not at all. But, well, how should I put this? I suppose I've never seen her cry or get angry or even frown. So I always felt like I wanted to keep a closer eye on her. Make sure she's okay. She's going to need a lot of attention and guidance. She's so cheerful and bright, but in a strangely fragile way. Does that make sense? Okay. Cry. About the kindergarten teacher's testimony. I'm so grateful to her. I had no idea that she was keeping such a close eye on Sowon. There's something Sowon always says to me. Mommy's the saddest person in the world. She never says that when her father is around, of course, but I think I understand what she means now. Sowon genuinely thinks that way. She couldn't handle it otherwise. That's why she refuses to cry. Because then that makes her the saddest person instead of her mom. She couldn't handle it if she were the saddest person in the world, getting pity from everyone. That's probably how she sees it all. She's still so young. Children who are forced to grow up fast end up with better control of their emotions. And that breaks my heart. Why didn't you report any of this to the authorities? I need a key to unlock this conversation. Keys are unlocked when I... Okay, fragments... Stationery store. Did you happen to see this boy when you went to the playgrounds to find Sowon? We received a testimony that Sowon is a regular at your stationery store. Okay. We received testimony that Sowon is a regular at your stationery store. Did anyone from her family drop in today, or Sowon herself on her own? Today? No, not Sowon, and not her brother either. May I ask what the police want with them? You're not the first to come looking for her today. Is this about Myogo's mother? The thing is, Myogo's only been coming with Sowon these days. He used to come with his mother all the time when he was younger, but I haven't seen her in quite a while. Is she doing alright? Okay. No. Oh, nope, okay. On her own. Does Sowon have any favorite places near the playground, somewhere she might have wandered off to on her own? Has Sowon ever wandered off alone before? Okay. Is that really possible? Detective, I think it might be my fault she's gone. I was in the hospital for a long time after I had Sowon. I couldn't care for her because I was bedridden. But since we both spent so much time looking up at the hospital ceiling, I thought I might be able to understand her better. Now, though, I'm not so sure. Do you think she resents me? Is that why she won't call me Mom? Is that why she's always so hard to find? I have to scour all the playgrounds to find her. Okay, well, this is Sowon's mom. Hospital. Is there a special meaning to Sowon's name? Sowon was born at 23 weeks. She weighed less than 700 grams. Her mother had just come out of the C-section and was about to be transferred to the ICU with the baby, but the nurse called for me. It was only for a few seconds, but she let me see Sowon. Sowon reminded me of Thumbelina, a fragile, precious little princess nestled in a bright red flower. She was so light I could barely feel her in my arms. I was scared she might float away if I so much as breathed in her direction. The nurse told me to have a look, but I didn't know how. I could barely see through my tears. I couldn't even get a proper look at my precious baby girl. Then, the first thing I did after that confusing meeting, I registered her birth. I sprinted straight from the hospital to the City Hall registration desk. I didn't stop to catch my breath. Then I wrote her name down. Saw 1. That's Saw for rhinoceros and 1 for origin. It's an unusual name, I know. At the time, I was thinking of the old saying about marching forward like the lone horn of a rhino. I thought of that strength. I put all my weight into each stroke of the pen, every last one, hoping that the fragile piece of paper might help her somehow, that it might help her root her to life, like a powerful anchor that kept her moored to us. Okay, well that's probably her dad. Yeah, okay. I have to open the lock to connect this conversation. Yeah, okay. You really think Mr. Kim Kang-suk is the culprit? Reasons to suspect Sowon's mother. I've already found fragments containing the clues. Search for the answer now. Ooh. What? Huh? Okay. See? Now you remember. Someone turned himself in. But you're still suspicious of Sowon's mother. Are you misremembering something? No, that's not it. My memories are hazy and out of order, but those were the exact conversations. Sowon's father clearly said, keep her completely out of her mother's reach. That's why he wanted to keep the case unsolved. And there was more testimony. Alright then. Let's start by looking for reasons to suspect Sewon's mother. Your doubts about her will unveil more of your clouded memories, because it's absolutely true that Sewon's mother is the reason the girl went missing. Okay. How do I do that? Okay. I just click it. Okay. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Yeah. Ooh, nope. It might be my fault she's gone. What? Oh my gosh. She won't call her mom. Okay? Mommy's the saddest person in the world. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I used to come with his mom all the time. Is she doing alright? Okay. Huh. Took her away. I knew them dead all this time. Okay. I'm so confused. Oh! We were all together. No? Okay. Oh, I'm so confused. Oh. Okay. Don't know why that worked, but sure. Do you really think Mr. Kim Kang-suk is the culprit? Tall, name, and playground. Playground. Okay. Did you happen to see this boy when you went to the playgrounds to find Sewon? You know the playground near the stationery store, right? I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Sewon was sticking so close to that boy. Why do you ask, Detective? Does the boy have something to do with the case? Okay. There's a pink thing here, so... How Sewon's grandmother instructed the kidnapping. What? What? Spoiler. Okay, doorbell. Hello, madam. Senior Inspector Chun Kyung from the Hwamyeong Police Station. You would be Sewon's mother, correct? I'm just here to see Sewon, if that's alright. Oh my gosh, you scared me, Detective. I was expecting the delivery man. Could you please knock instead of ringing the doorbell next time? My daughter's taking a nap. She dozed off in front of the TV while I was washing the rice. I just tucked her in. Come inside. Fast asleep, see? Oh, I suppose you can't really tell under that blanket. She must be tired, the poor thing. Sewon and I were out and about all day yesterday. She slept in this morning, too. I swear, kids grow up so fast. She's gotten so much taller that barely anything fits anymore. I had to do all her shopping at once. First day of school is only a month away, and there's so much to buy. Oh, I hope she wakes up soon so we can eat and get her uniform fitted. I'm sorry, Detective. You might have to wait a while before she wakes up. So, what brings you here? Okay. Okay. That's not what I want. Police! He claims to be the culprit behind the disappearance. City Hall, you said. Have you contacted someone's father? Let's talk about the dad. Have you contacted someone's father? I keep calling him, but he won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary. We only meet for her birthdays. Okay, so this gotta be the mom. But this is an emergency. His own daughter is missing. Detective, I was texting him on that day you came from the police station. Someone's always such a quiet girl, but she was chattering about how much happier she'd be if her father was here too. So I asked him if he'd come by and say hello. But he's heartless, that man. You're the mom. Okay. Birthday. Caregiver Certificate of Employment. Stop calling. Stay on the line, I'm on my way. What? Hold on. Okay. City Hall, you said, I guess. Sure. City Hall, you said. That's right, Chief. How are you? I'm from the Hamyong City Hall Administrative Office. It's that time of year. Four kids slated to start school this year in your district didn't show up to pre-entrance day. So are you a police person? I think so. So I think what this is I'm simultaneously playing as like a police officer who's retired and then some being who is trying to help her solve this case that she couldn't solve. Or rather that she was asked to not solve. I'm just calling for your cooperation. We spoke with all their families over the phone. They all said that they were on vacations overseas or busy with other things, that sort of thing. I mean, elementary school classes haven't even started yet, so I'm going to report that everything looks fine. But we do have to make sure that the paperwork is all there. We're working on the police assistance request forms right now. Ugh. Keep sneezing. They'll say that local police stations dispatch personnel to all the absentees' households for welfare checkups at the school board's request. Imagine that, Chief. It's like a free bonus, and our compensation for external personnel requisition is pretty solid, if you ask me. Once you get the forms, send us your personnel roster with their direct deposit information attached, and we'll take care of things on this end. So this is not the dad. I can't really change this. Bless you, thank you. Alright, elementary school. Elementary school. Let me look at the thing. Okay. You received the notice from the school board, correct? It says in our files that you didn't attend pre-entrance that day. I'm just here to check in and make sure everything's alright. The world's a dangerous place these days. I've been told City Hall personnel have spoken with Someone's grandmother already, but I just wanted to be sure. Is Someone alright? Of course she is, Detective. You must have your hands full checking up on every absence in the district. You'll see when she wakes up. Someone's healthy as a horse now. She'll have no trouble going to school. All that time in the hospital was tough on her, but she's grown up so strong. I'm proud of her. Someone's been no end of trouble since I was pregnant with her. I think she takes after her father. She was born premature. The doctor scared us every time we went in for a checkup about how one thing could go wrong and then something else and on and on. I don't remember how many waivers and consent forms I had to sign. But I always knew she'd be alright, how those little hands were going to get bigger and stronger one day. No need to worry, I'm taking very good care of her. Someone's father and I are no longer together, but my mother and I are doing our best to give her everything she needs. And I'll make sure she comes out to the first day of school. Thank you for checking in. Ah, I think the rice is ready. Would you like to join us for food, Detective? Okay. That's the mom. Okay. Talk about her name some more. That's a lot of stuff. Do you really think Mr. Kim Kang-suk is the culprit? I don't know. Do you really suspect him, Detective? Even if he were in financial trouble, I don't think he would stoop that low. Instead, he'd... Detective, I'm not trying to defend Kang-suk. I'm only telling you what I saw. There was a woman skulking around that playground, always hanging back. I thought she was suspicious because I kept running into her when I went around looking for someone. She was in her 30s or early 40s, a little on the tall side, maybe around 10 centimeters taller than me. She was always looking at the playground from afar, always behind the wall behind the flower bed. You wouldn't see her unless you were really looking. But she could probably keep an eye on all the kids at the playground if she really craned her neck. I saw her there, standing on her toes, trying to look over the wall. By the way, detective, what was the name of that girl Counsel confessed to taking? This was my conversation with someone's mother, right? Probably. I don't understand. She acts as if she knows the man who turned himself in, and asks about her kidnapped daughter as if she's a stranger. It's frightening. Was she having a dissociative episode? Ma'am, do you remember the things that made you stand on your toes? What does that have to do with anything? In my case, I only really stood on my toes for one reason. Affection. To keep my eyes on something or someone that I really cared about. Ma'am, you were on the force for nearly 30 years. This is the only case you've left unsolved. Remember how you closed that file and placed it in the cabinet? Were you standing on your toes? Okay. On the tall side. Thank you for telling me, Myungwoo. I heard you're in 5th grade at elementary school. With your height, I bet the girls won't leave you alone. You're very tall for your age. Is it because you take after your mom? I take after her? Really? Am I really like her? Okay, well, that's the brother. Myungwoo. Okay, elementary school. You seem to know Someone's family well. Myungwoo's family, well, I've seen them since their children were little. Must have been, say, 3 or 4 years now. When they first moved in, I was sure Myungwoo was close to finishing elementary school. He's tall for his age, and he's very quiet, that one. His mother was picking out supplies for younger kids, so I showed her to the shelves older children might like. She laughed and said, he gets that a lot. Myungwoo is mature beyond his years, and I don't mean his looks. It's normal for kids his age to only think of themselves, but he's always hanging back and letting his sister spend all his pocket money. What a good little kid. Okay, who is this, though? Okay, I guess I don't have this person yet. Police station. Who were you on the phone with on the afternoon of February 3rd? Well, our office isn't exactly well staffed, so I'm the one doing most of the phone duties. Haejong, on the afternoon of the 3rd. Employees complain if we check in too often, so we don't usually do that, and there's not much to call about in the afternoon. Wait a second. Ah, I see. I did call, but it wasn't for anything special. There's going to be, what was it now? A Best Caregiver Award ceremony in a few days. So I asked if she could make it. Like, we have more than 100 caregivers working with us, but no one wanted to show. I think that was the gist of the call. I kind of regretted calling her. I mean, she's not the type to do that kind of company spirit event. You've talked to her, right? Can't even have a nice long chat. She's always cutting calls short, something about being too busy with the kids. Has she even come into the office recently? So what is this about? I mean, as long as she's doing her job, right? But a police visit? Really? She's not exactly a slacker. What's going on here? Is this? Who's Haejong? Durihana employee. What is Durihana? Okay, well, we're getting more profiles. That's good. Caregiver. Nope, okay. Right, let's go back to the top here. So Haejong is the caregiver. Surrender. I see your mother has contacted you. It's exactly as you heard. Will you be coming to the police station together? That man was never one for prayer. No matter how deep you dug, he said the spade would never know the smell of the earth. He refused to pray even once as our baby lay sick in the hospital. That's why he doesn't understand. That prayer is the reason we've been so blessed. All he ever did was get angry that he couldn't change anything with his own abilities. You said he turned himself in? If he really did take her, maybe it was because he couldn't afford child support payments. He's been complaining since last summer, and about how he was having a hard time keeping up with the payment schedule. I told him this was a critical time in Sewon's life, that he had to get his act together. We may be divorced, but he's still her father, even now. I suppose he's still trying to change things himself without even trying to pray. Okay, so that's the mom. Dash to grandma, okay. Police station. He claims to be the culprit behind the disappearance. Sewon's father has surrendered himself to us. No, detective, you can't. Don't believe a word of what he says. I'll be at the station immediately. Everything he says is a lie. It was me. I made him do it. It's all my fault. I'll be right there, detective. Don't you listen to anything he tells you. It's all my responsibility. Okay, is this the grandma? Lie. Ooh, what if I told you there was no need for lying now? Please don't lie to me, Milo. Didn't you say that Auntie was telling the truth? It's not your fault, Milo. Nobody in your family is responsible for this. What the? Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Surrendered. Is Sewon alright? Gosh, there's so much stuff here that I can't do! Okay. Why won't this go away? This is Hedgehog. Candy. Could you tell me what happened? Could you tell me now what happened when you last saw Sewon? We always used to buy Sewon candy from the stationery store on the way home, but we didn't buy her candy recently because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. I told Sewon to stay where she was and went to the stationery store. I ran right over. The stationery store is just up the steps over the fence. It's really quick, I swear. I was only there for a bit and then I ran back, but she wasn't there. I called her name like, Sewon! But she didn't come. Only Auntie did. I started crying, and Auntie said I shouldn't tell anyone she wasn't with us. She told me not to say anything at all. Just like the monkey we saw at the temple. Odd. Okay. Is this Milo? This might be Milo. Ah! Not to say anything, okay. Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. It's okay if you don't want to talk, Milo. I don't mind waiting. This one. Milo said he was with someone the whole time, but that he had no idea where she'd gone, so I scolded him. You're not making any sense. I was so desperate that I was too harsh with him. Even though it's my fault someone disappeared. I failed them both. Please don't ask Milo for information. He won't tell you anything. Okay, so this is not Milo. This is the aunt. The aunt? That's not... No. I'll fix that later. I don't have anything for that. Oh my gosh. Give me something to work with, please. Birthday. Please. Phone duties. Okay, phone. Aha! We received testimony that you spoke on the phone with the City Hall employee and told them someone couldn't attend pre-entrance day for personal reasons. Very good. Do you live with your daughter? The pre-entrance day, What was it my daughter said now? A slight cold, I think, yes. Ah, I remember now. I knew it was pre-entrance day, so I asked my daughter later how it went. I don't live with her, of course, but I'm in the area and drop in from time to time. It's just, I don't want to leave her alone for too long, spending all her time wallowing in misery. I do remember that I was visiting a few days ago when that City Hall employee called. She asked me the same thing you did, Detective, so I think I said she was doing well and that I was taking perfect care of my granddaughter. Detective, this is ridiculous. It was just one missed pre-entrance day at school. What are you interrogating me for? So this is Grandma. Time. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. How do you remember the time so precisely? My phone's call history. I never leave the children alone when we're out together, but then I got a phone call. I don't usually get calls in the afternoon. I think I panicked. The first thing that came to mind was that I had to pick up somewhere quiet so I could hear, so I ducked into the condo hallway. The call history is 5 minutes long, but she disappeared in less than that. I know because I looked up partway through the conversation and she was already gone. Stay on the line, I'm on my way. Could you tell me what happened? I got a call from my mother, Solon's grandmother. She said, I'm at the store outside the condo complex and security called, saying the fire alarm was going off in the house. A security guard went over to my mother's house to check, but he couldn't open the door, so she asked me to go and open it for her. I chewed her out. She knew that I couldn't bring Solon somewhere so dangerous. I told her to go herself, but she was so stubborn. Mom said she could get to the playground and pick up Solon faster than she could get home, so I should rush over to her house and make sure everything was fine at her place, that she would be there soon. She said that made the most sense. She was going to wait for me with Solon outside the building. I went to Mom's house, and the security guard was there. I opened the door for him, and the place was filled with smoke. I don't know what she was cooking on that stove, but the pot was burnt black. The guard turned off the stove and opened the windows. But all I could think of was Solon. How glad I was that I didn't bring her to such a dangerous place and that the fire didn't get any worse. I ran back to the elevator. It was only a few minutes, I swear. I found Mom waiting for me outside the building just like she promised. But when I asked her where Solon was, she said, I thought you took her with you. Detective, are you here yet? Okay. Promise. It's okay if you don't want to talk, Myomo. I don't mind waiting. But Myomo, could you promise me that once you're ready, you'll talk to me? Okay, so he's obviously not ready to talk. How does Myomo feel? I have... Death is somewhere. I don't know where. Let's see. Aha, dead. How does Myomo feel? It must have been a big change for him. Your station searched the park in the neighborhood, right, Detective? The one with the pond? The weeping willow trees by the water. They're lonely to look at. I took a stroll there last year with Myomo and Haejong, and the trees reminded me of Myomo. He looks like he's at the mercy of the world sometimes, but the truth is, he's the most unyielding boy you'll meet. For children and adults too, I suppose. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapse. Rebuilding from those ruins was a time-consuming journey. But I think Myomo's managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something he always carries around, never leaves home without it. Time. What are the blinky ones? There's a lot of blinky things here. No, you weren't at the playground. Ooh, okay. Haejong's location when Solon vanished. Okay. Auntie doesn't come with us anymore. Let's see. I took her away? Oh. "3:33 in the afternoon. This is Hejong. 8:33 in the afternoon. This is... Maybe not. Hold on. I'm confused. Where is Hoan now? The key reason the English teacher needed funds. Why does bro need money? Why is he broke? He... Okay. Okay, but why do you need money, bro? Why is bro broke? I'm confused. Oh. We've received testimony that contradicts your claim. Proof the shopkeeper is lying. Okay, yes. This is Myungho's thing. I went to the stationery store and I ran right over. Yeah, haha! Okay. Progress. What is the correct date? The day Hoan disappeared. Oh! Okay, Myungho's testimony that shows his mixed feelings on Hejong. Yeah, okay. Where's Myungho? Am I really like her? Okay. We know you weren't at the playground. Hejong's location was Hoan vanished. But I don't know. I don't know. That one confuses me. Where is Hoan now? Familial relations. Okay, Eden. What is Eden? Okay, kindergarten. Cool. What is this? What Myungho carries around? What? There's something. Grandma said there was something. I don't see anything. Cool. Okay, sure. Let's see. Hold on. Is this the teacher? No, I don't think that's the teacher. Maybe this is Hejong. Okay, bro needs money because he's divorced? Child support? But then kidnapping your own kid to get child support money is a little odd, but whatever. Okay. Let's see. Where is the mom? Okay, yes. Woman. Suspicious. It's a heartless man. Ba. Console. That's the teacher and the dad. I can't change this person, but this is wrong. This is not the mom. Okay, well, I gotta do something. What is the correct date? Oh gosh, okay, I don't know. Oh! Okay. She was... Where's Hejong? Business as usual, playground. But they weren't at the playground. If only they'd gone to the other one. It was 3:33. We were all together. Bald? Why am I bald? Not in the middle of a condo complex. Cool. Do you think she resents me? Yap. Does that boy have something to do with the case? No bald! Okay, wait. She was skulking. Cool. Why did bro need money? I don't know. Business as usual. I thought someone's dad was the... I thought he was the teacher. Okay, well, anyway. Hospital? Delivery man. Yep. Daughter is missing. He's heartless. Daughter didn't show up. Please complain, blah blah blah. Yes. Hedge on. I'm so confused. Oh, testimony. Yippee! You've received testimony that directly contradicts your claim. You're back, which means you're still searching, I take it. I tried to think of anyone suspicious I might have seen in the area, but nothing. The truth is, well, yes, Milo was here. I'm sorry for lying to you, I didn't think it was important. Well, you see, I didn't want you to think badly of Milo. He's a good boy at heart. I'm very sorry, I truly am. I should have told you up front. What time did he come to the store again? A little after 3:30, I believe. Well, nothing was out of the ordinary. He looked like he was in a rush, and when I asked, he only said he had to go back quick. He went straight to the usual candy shelf and picked out a bag, so I assumed it was for someone. It's her favorite brand, you know, the pink candy that's so big your cheeks puff up like a squirrel. I told you before, Milo is very mature for his years. But that day I saw him squatting in front of the greeting card shelf for a long time with the candy still in his hand. Eventually he came up to the counter and paid for the candy, but he wouldn't look me in the eye. I thought it was strange, so I went over to check the shelf, and well, one of the cards was gone. I was disappointed in the boy, of course, made up my mind to give him a stern talking to, but at the same time, well, I felt sorry for him. I can only imagine what went through his mind when he was squatting there in front of that shelf. So he's a thief. Okay. What if I told you there was no need for lying now? What if your lie is the bad kind? The kind that's only going to hurt Auntie and Sawon? Why is not saying anything a lie? If I say what really happened, then Auntie sounds like the bad guy. But she's a good person. It's my fault, not Auntie's. It's all my fault. He stole a card. Okay. Not saying anything. We know you weren't at the playground. I understand you didn't want to cause Milo any more guilt, but you should have known better. How did you know? I told him he didn't need to say anything. He knows he doesn't have to tell you. It wasn't his fault someone is missing. It wasn't your fault, Milo. I should have been watching you, even if you didn't want me close by. That's what I told him. I made sure he knew that I was the one who lost Sawon, not him. So where were you? Ugh! Oh, the pain that I feel. Does Sawon have any favorite places near the playground somewhere she might have wandered off on her own? Wandered off? She didn't stroll away somewhere. She's been kidnapped. All possibilities are on the table, as if. Get off your chairs and do something. We're running out of time here. Mobilize the force. Get those cruisers on the streets. Anything. Tick-tock, detective. Who knows what they're doing to her? And you're sitting here asking where she's gone on her own? Dang it. Dang it. I'm sorry, detective. I know you're doing everything you can. That was not helpful at all. Thanks, bro. Okay, I think Milo carries around an umbrella. Okay, so I can do images too. Alright, that's helpful. That's helpful to know. I still don't know the answer to this one. Why did English teacher need money? I don't know why bro needs money. Why is bro broke? I'm confused. School. Where's the blue? I saw the blue. Where's the blue? Where is it? Where? Oh, yes. What is this? The umbrella, you mean? That's right. Whether he's going to school or some outing, he's always got an umbrella in his hand. It's been that way since my wife passed. There was something she always told the kids when she was in the hospital. She promised that she'd go ahead to heaven and watch over them from above. Myungwon didn't say anything. All he did was sit in the distance and sigh, as I recall. I think he wanted to tell her there was no such thing as heaven, and that if she wanted to watch over him, she should do it from Earth. It wasn't long before she passed. I only noticed after some time that Myungwon always took an umbrella with him when he left the house, and then I remembered the exact promise his mother made. I mean it, Myungwon. How about this then? Since I won't be able to pick you up from school on rainy days, I'll ask God to stop the rain if you ever forget your umbrella. Okay. Time. Promise. Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader with no words to give him. Hospital. Well, so I can click on. I want to talk. I'm confusion. Caregiver. Phone. Ah, brother. That's Myomo. Yes, correct. Called. Scree. Apollo. Yeah, stationery store. Cool. What? What am I supposed to do? Playground. Okay. Alright, well, apparently I have stuff for this, so, like, do I just click on everything? Ask Milo for information. Me. Someone's dead. Okay. It was me, I made him do it. Default pre-entrance. There's too many things to click on here. Wait, this is not the grandma, right? Phone's call history. I never leave the children out when we're alone together. This is the caregiver, but like, is that you? I don't think that's her though. Ah! I'm so confused. City Hall. Okay. 90. Aha! Please don't lie to me, Myungho. Didn't you say Auntie was telling the truth? Auntie told me the lying's not about what's good, but what's necessary. She said lying wasn't always a bad thing. It's the bad lies that are really bad. Mom said she'd watch over me from heaven. She said she'd watch over us even after she died, but that was a lie, right? There's no such thing as heaven. But someone doesn't know that. She's so stupid. Mom was lying. Does that mean that Mom was a bad person? I don't know, kid. Oh. When is the day Someone disappeared? I don't know. I really need... I need to find this thing. Why did bro need money? Start from the bottom. Okay. Child support. Sounds like a stranger. Okay. You know the playground in the stationery store? I saw the boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Sal was sticking so close to that boy. Why do you ask? Does the boy have something to do with the case? Okay, this is the store. Yeah. This is Myungho. Aha! Okay. 2012, February 3rd. Okay, so do they want... like that? Or is it... is it 2, 3, 12? It's... huh? Where's Myungho? Am I dumb? Where's Myungho? Okay, we were all together. 2012, 2, 3, 1938. Yeah. 0203 maybe? Is that what they want? 0203? If it's day, yeah, okay. Oh. 2. There we go. Alright. I'm learning. Now what? Gosh. I'm assuming this is... Where is... Junk? Birthday. Ah! Certificate of Familial Relations. Choi Dong-gun. Date of birth, September 15th, 1972. Male. Spouse, Seo Won-young. Date of birth, December 25th, 1974. Female. Deceased. What? Married March 5th, 2000. Death, September 1st, 2009. Child, Choi Myung-ho. Date of birth, January 3rd, 2001. Male. Child, Choi Seo-won. Date of birth, August 1st, 2004. Female. Certificate issued February 4th, 2012. Hangzhou City Hall. Okay. Very interesting. Let's see. This is the mom. Oh my gosh, I have to sort these too. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Ugh. This is someone's mom's birthday. Oh, I have this. December 25th, 1974. December 25th. Hospital, haha. How old was Seo-won when Miss Shin Hae-jung first came to take care of her? I first met Hae-jung when Seo-won was 4. That was a few years ago. When my wife died of illness, I was despondent. I didn't know how I'd raise the kids. But Hae-jung was there to support us. They're called caregivers instead of nannies these days, aren't they? Hae-jung is my children's caregiver. She's been coming in to look after the kids ever since my wife was hospitalized. She befriended them instantly. I don't know how we could have coped without her. Seo-won even calls her mom and treats her like one too. I could never thank her enough. But now I'm starting to think I've relied on Hae-jung too much. I mean, she's not exactly family, is she? Okay, interesting. Interesting. Where's the blue one? Ha. Where is Seo-won now? She's with her family. I made sure she had something to eat for dinner before I dropped her off. Once I brought her to the playground where I first found her, she knew exactly how to get home. I rang the doorbell and stood at the entrance waiting for her parents. It was only a few seconds, but in that short time, I wondered again and again if I should just leave the girl there and run. Detective, I was being stupid. I was stupid to kidnap her, and I'm still being foolish now, having the nerve to feel guilty about it all. Girl's father. He pulled the girl tight into his arms and wept. I knelt in front of him to apologize. But he bowed so low I thought he'd fall, and he thanked me. He thanked me for bringing her home safe. What I did was indefensible. I will accept my punishment. I know that I won't make up for the suffering I caused their family, but I will live out the rest of my life in sincere contrition. Okay. Is Sohwon alright? Confirmation that Sohwon is alive. Is it the thing I just found? I dropped her off. Yeah, okay. Dongwon and Haejung's relationship. Whee! Ba, 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 ba. Where's the thing that I saw about the Haejung? Yeah, okay. This is Haejung. I think. Maybe not. What's this? No, it is. Okay. Caregiver. Caregiver Certificate of Employment. Caregiver, Shin Haejung, date of birth, February 6th, 1976, female. Client, Choi Dong-gun, date of birth, September 15th, 1972, male. We hereby certify that the above caregiver has been assigned to the above client since July 1st, 2009. Certificate issued February 4th, 2012. Okay. Okay, silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myung-woo refused to give in. Haejung's birthday. I just looked at that. February 6th, 0206. Playground silence promise. Playground. Where's the blue one? Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader when Myung-woo refused to give in, so I investigated everyone I could. Residents, passerbys, local businesses, everyone. There's a little indent in the wall behind the flower beds. You could see the playground from there, but not the other way around, at least for the children playing there. That's where you were hiding, wasn't it? To watch over them from afar. When I went to the playground, I would hear the other mothers gossip about me and the children. Myung-woo would have heard it too. I understand why people would get the wrong idea. Someone calls me mommy. So it didn't hurt if Myung-woo hated me. I could only imagine how he felt whenever his sister called me that. A few weeks ago, Myung-woo told me to stay away from him, so I just wandered around for what seemed like forever and found that spot. Myung-woo, I know he must hate the fact that I exist, but I may not be his mother, but still. I promised Wonyoung that I would take care of them both. And now look at what's happened. I only looked away for a second. I only took a second to rest because I'd been standing on my toes the whole time. Hurt. when did Someone's mother leave you? We've been divorced for about 5 or 6 years. I'm a monster, aren't I, abandoning my wife when she needed me most. But at the time, I thought it was all for the best. That we'd reached our limit, that we'd only hurt each other if we kept on living like this. That's what I told myself. When our eyes met, I would face the emptiness inside, and it was excruciating, because I knew that void would never be filled. If only we could have cried it out together and kept each other going. But we struggled to help each other. We were making no progress at all. But one day, we realized that it hurt more to deal with our pain together than alone. So we chose to go our separate ways. That was our decision. To run from our wounds instead of confronting them. To let the blade drop on the guillotine. Alright, explain to me how you took Soan. I was a junior high school English teacher all my career, ever since I finished teacher's college and military service. But after the divorce, I quit my job at the school and started tutoring and doing cram school gigs. And well, my income isn't particularly stable. I need the money. I'm sorry. I went to the playground intending to kidnap any child who seemed to be alone. I was there for more than 30 minutes, and saw a little girl playing by herself for a long time, so I lied to her. But once I brought her with me, I got scared. I didn't know how I would even ask her parents for a ransom. That's how it was. I was afraid and decided to stop, nothing more. So this is teacher. Wee. What? Where's something I can click? Phone. When was the last time you saw someone's father? Do you call him often? What's that man got to do with someone going missing? We cut off all contact years ago. The nerve of him, walking out after what happened to the girl. Detective, what I mean is, someone was always sickly, but that man divorced my daughter, leaving her to care for the poor baby alone. But well, he's not the sort of man who'd take her away from under her mother's nose. Please, it's nothing serious, detective, really. She's got some beef. What else can I do? Is this not the thing that's blue? What am I supposed to do? Probably move some stuff is what I have to do. Ooh. Okay. This is the grandma. Okay, yeah. Hashtag cried. Is this? Kindergarten teacher. We're running out of time. Mobilize force. TikTok detective. Okay. for birthdays. I first met Hedgehog when Solon was 4. Got a call from my mother. Solon can't. Okay. That's right, Chief. How are you? I'm from the City Hall admin office. City Hall. Okay. What else? Can I move? I don't know if this is the grandma, but I don't know who it would be. This is not Hedgehog. I'm the one doing most of the phone duties. Please, blah blah blah. Surrender and hurt. Oh, bless. Oh, bless, finally. Okay. Is Helen alright? She says she had a great time at Auntie's house, and that when she said she missed me, she was brought straight back home. I'm sorry I didn't contact you sooner. I know you were out there searching, but I was too caught up in the moment. I didn't ask any questions. All I knew is that my daughter was gone for 3 days, but now she's back. And I know this sounds strange, but all I could say was thank you over and over again. I could bow 100 times over and it wouldn't be enough. Solon's back completely unharmed, and that's good enough for me. Detective, Solon is... well, she's been hurt in the past. And I can only blame myself for adding yet another wound to her young heart. Tell me, did that man surrender to the police? Hey? What now? Ooh! Okay. This needs to go, like, all the way up to the top. Gosh. Got something. Okay. I'm getting things. Can I unlock things now? Nope. Okay. Oh, gosh. Alright. This goes above that. Stay in the line on my way. Tell me what happened. This goes up. Okay. Two, 5. 2, 5. So this goes above. Or no. Ah, I'm learning. So they connect. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Things are looking up now. Okay. Maybe I should have opened another thing first. It's fine. Okay. That's not it. What's this? Goes to kindergarten on me, blah blah blah. Okay. The kids used to. Wonder if this is the dad. Maybe this is the dad. I go along sometimes. One of them is. Yeah, I think that's the dad. Okay. Then. So the mom ones are all done now. Okay. Good to know. What is this blue one? Lion Playground. I've seen... Give me hashtag lie. Please. Oh, playground. Alright. But I told Auntie not to come to the playground. I told her to stay away. I said I could take Solon without her. It is my fault. I'm the one who made Auntie go away. It's just, if we were all at the playground together, we'd look like a family. And Mom would see Solon call Auntie Mom. I know Mom's not really watching us from heaven. I know she was lying, but I didn't want her to be sad. It's not Auntie's fault. I'm the one who told her not to come with us. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got a key. Why didn't you report to the authorities? Blank and entrance to absentee list. Sure. OB. Pre-entrance day absentee list. Number of absentees 4. List of absentees. Name. Date of birth. Seo Ho-jun, Kim Bom, Hwang In-chul, Kim Seo-won. The music changed. Okay. Very good. Name. I really don't want to order the dad's things. Ugh. Where is Haejong? Okay. Was your son still there? That's my photo. Probably dad. Aha! Okay. Maybe this is... support center. Aha! Very good. Alright, back to Hejong. Where is Hejong? Alright. There's a kindergarten teacher's testimony. Okay. Let's do this one first. What do you mean it's your responsibility? You're turning yourself in. I would like to surrender. Explain to me how you took Sewon. I got another key, baby. Let's go. Do this. Why didn't you report any of this to the authorities? Crime, time, and name. Pride. Yay. Why didn't you report any of this to the authorities? She was with us exactly 108 days. That's the time someone lived and breathed with us. If only I could have held her at least once, kissed those little cheeks, or at least, if only I'd been able to hear her cry, then maybe I would have been able to accept it. Someone's mother still had milk for a baby who was gone. The crib was still so warm, and it never seemed to get colder. So how? How could I possibly file that report? Looking back, it was her name. Her name was the problem. It's my fault for coming up with that name. I can't tell you how much I regret it. Instead of giving her strength, that name marched her forward all alone like the rhino's horn straight past us, like a gust of wind. She slipped through our fingers, attached to nothing in the world at all. That's the dad. Bro, let me change. You are the dad. Okay, well, why did you turn yourself in? What is the correct date? The day Sewon died. Do I have to do math? 108 days. Okay, hold on. 108 days. Where's Sewon's birthday? Sewon's birthday is April 3rd. So April 3rd. Thank you for the head pat. I got the hiccups. I don't think I'm gonna make it. No! Hiccups, go away. Okay, 108 days from April 3rd. July 20th. Alright. July 20th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Math. Where am I doing? What am I doing? Why did you turn yourself in? Mr. Kim Kang-suk, even the victim's family hasn't reported you. This isn't just about taking the fall from Miss Sung Min-young, is it? I heard she reported someone missing. When Min-young's mother told me, I was worried for Min-young, but at the same time, I was a little glad. After we got divorced, she was in therapy for a long time. We should have gotten help back when she began to think Sewon was alive but missing. No, as soon as Sewon passed away. Min-young was finally discharged from the hospital on Sewon's birthday. We went to visit her grave together, and as she ran her hand over the grave, her eyes were empty. There was no hope. Min-young is still chained to that day, circling round and round that moment forever. I started to think that she'd given up completely. She was utterly spent. There was no drive left in her eyes. I began to doubt she would ever recover. I think that's why I was relieved to hear that she set out to find Sewon, because now at least she had something to live for, something that would sustain her and keep her alive. Maybe she knew that too, deep down. Maybe that was why she reported Sewon missing. Maybe she thought Sewon was better missing and alive than dead. That the missing persons report would anchor her to this world, just like I hoped with her birth certificate. She was grasping for a lifeline just like me. I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is the whole reason I'm here, Detective. I want to make a request. Could you please mark this missing person as case unsolved, please? Please let Sewon live. Let her live forever somewhere far, far away. So is she alive or dead? I'm so confused now. This is all very confusing. Okay, what is this? The day Someone's mother was discharged. Someone's birthday, which is April 3rd. Is there a Korean thing they make kids do to get rid of hiccups? Not that I know of. What I know are just the basic things like holding your breath for 10 seconds or drinking water. I drink water slowly, but I think it's supposed to be like drink water from the other end of the cup. You mean someone was taken because she was mistaken for Miss Song Min-young's late daughter? I asked Min-young what happened. She said she heard someone call someone's name and finally found her after going from one playground to the next. It was a boy, probably the girl's brother. He was telling her to wait. Wait right here, Sohwan. She didn't tell me anything else, but I can guess what happened. Min-young must have gone and brought her back like a mother picking up a child who'd gone out to play. The girl was so sweet too, calling my daughter Auntie. I'm sorry, Detective, I really am. I should have called right away, but then I couldn't bear to do it. Not until you paid that visit. After you dropped by, I was terrified. My hands were shaking, and I found myself dialing a number, calling someone's father. I told him that Min-young seemed to have brought home a stranger's child and pleaded with him to get the girl back to her parents. I would cause a diversion, I said, so he could get the girl away from Min-young. I know she may not be well, but I didn't want my daughter to end up a kidnapper. I was being shameless, I know. I knew exactly what I was doing, Detective, but until someone's father turned himself in, even though he's done nothing wrong. I thought we could act as if nothing at all had happened, sweep it all under the rug. Knowing full well that someone's father is just as precious a child to his parents as Min-young is to me. I'm starting to understand what's going on now. That's crazy. There's been a swap. But you're not being contrite, you're lying to me. Okay. And, how someone's grandmother instructed for the kidnapping? This one. Alright, I need to show I'm cultured. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요 to you too. Main playground and school. Blink. Eh. When did Miss Song Min-young set out to find Sewon? It must have been when she got the notice saying Sewon was due to start elementary school. It pushed her completely over the edge. We got the notice from City Hall last December. I checked most of Min-young's mail before she does, Detective. We have no idea what might set her off. But this notice about Sewon starting school, my heart nearly stopped. I had no idea that they never reported her death. There it was on the document, Sewon's name printed clear. I could only imagine how it would make Min-young feel. No, I'm sorry, Detective. I'm not the victim here. I don't deserve to wallow in pity like this. I can only apologize. At the time, I balked. I was frozen, and Min-young saw me and read the notice. She looked so happy. She smiled so brightly. I hadn't seen her so delighted in, well, it must have been many years. Do you think you'd ever do a Korean teaching stream where you teach chat Korean? Probably not, only because I'm not confident in my teaching abilities. Teaching is hard. And, like, I know how to speak the language and I understand the language, but I don't understand the, like, intricacies of how it works. It's the same with English. Like, if you ask me to teach someone English, I'd be like, I genuinely can't. Not Aries Hunting. No, I am not a teacher. But yeah, I am not smart enough to teach people languages. The pre-entrance day was at the end of December, and Min-young insisted that we had to go out and get Sewon's uniform fitted. She was fussing about getting all her shots and picking up school supplies and wondering why Sewon was taking so long to come home. That's when it started, I think. She went around to all the local playgrounds looking for Sewon. Why are you looking at me like that? Why bald stare? Should be like all the way down. something. When's the last time you saw someone's father? Do you call him often? We got that. That is a start. Okay. Okay. Let's go up. So this goes all the way down, I think. Alright, we'll try that. Why not sorted? Sure. I don't think this is the teacher, though. This seems wrong. Okay, I guess I gotta do the dad. Lock in. Leave the case unsolved. No. We need to start where he's yelling at the... Yeah, this one. Apayu, what does that mean? What does that mean, Kimono? I already teach Reneri how to teach, then Reneri can teach people Korean. Avery's the best Korean out of us. I don't hold a candle to. No, this is not true. This is not true. Avery's better at conversation than me. Oh, Appa does mean it hurt. But, like, I think in the context you used it, it would be saying, like, Reneri ouchied me. Or ouchie me. Okay. Both children were at the playground. Anything unusual about Solon's activities today? There we have it. You just taught me something, but I didn't teach you like the correct word because I'm trying to figure it out, but like it's kind of complicated. You're lying to me. Use this key. Yes. Accept compliments? Okay, fine. Who was around when Sol was taken? What was she wearing, and what direction did you take her? You couldn't answer any of these questions. Mr. Kim Kang-seok, this confession that you're the kidnapper, it could take away Miss Sung Min-young's chance to repent and seek forgiveness for herself. We can't wait for her to recover before setting things right. You know she'll be racked by guilt. Could you live with that on your shoulders? Your ex-mother-in-law is in the next room. She's told us everything. Consider how she might feel, having just reported her own daughter to protect you. You've been financially supporting your ex-wife's therapy all these years under the pretext of child support. This won't be much different. Just take a step back and support her from afar. She has a long battle ahead of her, being treated in custody. Detective, where did it all go wrong? Did I mess up from the beginning? Someone's name. I never should have given her that name. Now do you understand why Kim So-won is still missing to this day? I do, but I want to complete this. I'm gonna say yes. No! No! Let me do the thing! Reneri's super cool. Thanks! I think you guys are super cool. Great work, ma'am. Now you remember everything. Do you understand why Someone's case was never solved after all this time? Thank you for telling me that she came home safely. That I didn't doom a little girl to her death. Thank you, truly. I remember how surprised I was when I first saw this case. Everyone involved was lying for one reason or another, whether it was to protect a loved one or to keep a promise to someone important. What about you, Your Honor? What do you think is cooler, Avery, your flesh and blood, or me, a random British guy? It depends on the context. Are you keeping a secret for someone just like them? Actually, yes, for your sake. I need 2 keys. Okay. Cold Case Detective. The cold case team doesn't usually take on cases like Sawon's. The police get more than 20,000 missing children reports every year. The cold case team just doesn't have the capacity. She hates me. What do you mean? All context except a fight because Avery would destroy me? I don't know. Not the heart, that was an accident. Not the miss emote. One quiet disappearance in a sea of violent unsolved cases. No one would have spared the case a second thought, but I couldn't tear my eyes away, not when I saw that name. What? Her name was Kim Sawon. Choi Sawon. That's Saw for Rhinoceros and 1 for Origin. Just like me. We're the same age too. Can't mean. Ma'am, look at my badge. It's me, Choi Sawon. The missing girl you found. I used to have fighting spirit in me, but I ain't got it anymore. You know, that's fair. It's me, Choi Sawon. Please don't cry, ma'am. Are you really her? Are you really Sawon? I'm so sorry. I failed you. I failed you completely. Don't say that, ma'am. I'll always be grateful to you. I don't deserve your gratitude. Or found you. That's only technically true. You remember what Kim Sawon's grandmother said, right? Here, I even have a copy of her testimony. Senior Inspector Chun Gyeong's visit was the reason I was sent back home. I was only following protocol, just doing my job. Ma'am, I'm an adult now, and I know what work is like. No one followed that protocol back in the day, and they still don't. But you were different. You carried out your duties to the letter, even though you could have slacked off and been perfectly covered by paperwork from City Hall. That's the reason I made it back home. After all these years, I tracked down all the people involved in the case one by one. I spoke with Kim Sawon's family, my father, my brother, and my dear mother, Haejang. Everyone asked me to pass on their thanks to you. This isn't my first time visiting you, you know. Miss, I turned a blind eye to the suffering of so many people in my career. You might thank me, but I still... Alright then, let's do this. I'll set aside time for you later. Some time to look back and blame yourself and feel guilty over everything. What a wholesome moment, indeed. But right now we're racing against the clock. It took longer than I expected to piece your memories back together. This isn't our first conversation, is it? Then you know that my mind is being constantly bleached. What could possibly be more important? That's exactly the reason I need your help, before those memories disappear again. Remember Song Minyoung, the woman who took me away and reported her daughter missing? She was sentenced to 1 year of treatment in institutional custody, wasn't she? Yes, the sentence ended ages ago, but she's still in custody. But how? Once you're institutionalized, you can't be discharged without special approval, and Song Minyoung hasn't been granted a single psychiatrist evaluation. Don't you think she needs our help? Tell me, miss, does that mean you've forgiven Song Minyoung? This isn't about forgiveness, ma'am. It's abundantly clear, even from a purely bureaucratic perspective, that we need to do something. Sowon's case is still marked as open, and no case should remain unsolved. What a game! Yay! We actually finished that quicker than I thought it would be. Because I looked it up and it said it was like a 4-hour game, so I was expecting 2 streams. Though technically I didn't finish it. I missed that. Ugh, I really shouldn't have pressed the check mark. I did it! I solved the cold case. Yippee! Thank you for playing. You're welcome. That was a good game. I like that. Yay! Well, that's the end of the game. Ending stream? Yes, I believe so. It's been about 2 hours, so I'm gonna look for somebody to raid. Let me see. Who do we want to raid into? Eri leaves no case unsolved. That's right. And no one else is playing this game. Okay, well, let's look for somebody that's drawing, maybe? We stream for 2 hours more. Still need to plan out the Pokemon ideas. Still need to tell you about. Yeah, I need to get back to you about scripting stuff, but I'm still recovering from jet lag at the moment. Ugh, it's giving me a hard time. Alright, we're going to raid into Rain Zest. They are drawing, so if you want to stick around for that, awesome. But if not, thank you guys so much for coming. Get that bed. I'm going to be busy with moving at the expo soon too. Ooh, have fun. Good luck. Alright, see you guys later. Bye-bye.